The ebb and flow of the hype machine has been odd, with a huge hype build-up to nothing.
As we await the release of Convergence, we took some time to sit down with the game's lead designer, Jeremy Zwern.
We ask about the direction of game design, drafting, and the evolution of downgrades.
This is episode 124, Conversations with Jeremy Z.
You have been well trained.
No. You don't have to carry a sword to be powerful.
I won't fail you.
Oh, do not.
I'm not afraid.
There is no try.
Welcome back, everyone, to another week of the Chance Cube. Sorry we missed last week. Kim was under the weather.
I was.
I've had a constant stream of house guests, including Kim.
Including Kim. I didn't bring germs to your house, though, so I didn't do that.
I was happy to not have one for Tuesday, so we took the night off. But we're back.
I went and saw Atmosphere.
We made up for it. We made up for it, right?
What you went and see, Mike?
I went and saw Atmosphere. It was a hip-hop show.
Ooh, hip-hop, hippie to the hip. No.
No.
That is as hip-hop as I get.
Lost 3 viewers there, guys.
Great.
Back on track.
We're not everybody's forte. It's fine.
Speaking of Forte, did you see the Music Theory card game that's on Kickstarter that I want for my birthday?
I did see this, and I investigated it, and it's a little risky for a Kickstarter because I don't think they've put out anything before, and it's coming from far, far away, so it'll likely be delayed. And it seems a little pricey, but it looks really cool.
It does look cool. It tickles my musical fancy.
I was trying to, like, this is where you reach out and be like, hey, we should do a review on that game.
That's right.
You want to send us a copy? We'll do a review.
I know we're Star Wars Destiny, but Star Wars has music in
yes.
it. And
you can pretend to be your own John Williams while you play this game.
You could stretch it, that's for sure.
Speaking of not Star Wars, Kim, I see you have a not Star Wars thing here.
I do have a not Star Wars thing, and like 5 people are going to care about this, but it's fine. I found a Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood Funko Pop today, and I could not have been happier. It's at work. Cool. I didn't even bring it. I should have brought it home to show on the show, but I figured my day-to-day life in a sometimes stressful work environment probably needs a little more Mr. Rogers reminder about being kind and whatnot than at home does.
Fair enough.
And if you have not seen it, so this all spawned because I watched there is a wonderful documentary on HBO about Mr. Rogers. So if you're somebody who grew up with him like I did as a kid, it's totally worth watching.
Excellent.
They don't talk about Star Wars in it, I'm pretty sure.
That's
Maybe
fine.
once. They might have said Star Wars one time.
They might have said the word stars.
Yes.
And wars.
And then wars.
And wars separately.
But not in a complete sentence together.
Oh, man. What about you, Mike? It's been 2 weeks. Atmosphere.
What have I done? I've been playing a ton of Star Wars Destiny on
Nice.
TTS. I've been
Excellent.
playing the heck out of this this Tobias Kira Solidarity deck.
Ooh.
I'm really enjoying the Solidarity thing. It's
I'm seeing a lot of that pop up.
It's really risky with just playing like a single color and then a bunch of just like everything. You'd have to throw everything in there because there's like you can't put 2 copies. So and you don't have a ton to pick from because I'm playing this is trilogy format. So it's
okay.
Right now it has a ton of stuff in it, but I'm trying to whittle it down. I'm trying to get it a lot more streamlined. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. And I'm also playing some Infest Nest. And that
nice.
The Infest Nest decks are pretty nasty. They do a lot of damage. They're very fast and very efficient with resources. So I look forward to playing more of that when the cards actually get into our hands.
That's one I'm definitely interested in seeing once cards are available. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Solidarity idea, though. I see more and more people talking about it in a lot of the Facebook groups. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like it's going to be a thing.
Yeah. It's funny because how many alternate formats have really taken hold, like fan run formats, right? And the Solidarity thing seems to be the one that's really interesting people.
Mm-hmm.
It fills in this gap, right? It fills in the competitive gap between the end of regional season and the next set. This lull that we have right now. A lot of people are trying Solidarity for a week at their weekly. I know there's a big one here recently.
Yeah. Our local group's been doing it.
That's cool. I think this has been the most active and interesting lull period that we've had since the game started because of Solidarity, a lot of interest in Trilogy, and just, I don't know. It's exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
Cool. So let's jump into the news.
Let me take that back, huh? You'll find what you need.
So we were treated to a new preview article this week. It was several weeks ago. Things didn't happen with Star Wars Destiny, and here we are with a preview article that officially confirms the March 28th release date, even though that date has been mentioned throughout the year.
Spoiler alert, right?
I know, right?
Yeah,
so March
alert.
28th, that's next Thursday, a week from this Thursday.
Yes, it is.
Finally going to get this in our hands. I know Adepticon is next weekend, so it is not legal because it's not within the 11 days. But we're doing some drafting with it, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So
That'll be fun.
Yeah, we won't see the full force of this set for a little while. Maybe at the Jackal Hunt. Look at that free plug for their event.
There you go.
Had a little leftover from last time.
That's me. Okay. That's gone. But we did see some cards that we've seen before. We saw some new cards. It really focused on the Trooper subtype for both villains and heroes.
I thoroughly enjoyed this article for that particular reason.
Trooper?
Trooper.
Uh,
That's going to be like my theme song for this next set.
So the non-unique Imperial Officer, which is interesting that we're getting two non-unique for the villain red. So we're not saying this with the same format that they have been with the 3 uniques and 1 non-unique per color per faction. Just kidding. It's not even a character, it's support. So forget
it is a support. Yeah.
Support leader. Look at that.
I like this.
Support
pattern.
trooper, support leader. Yeah, we're getting a lot of supports with the character titles, which is pretty interesting. It's going to definitely make some of those cards that are requiring or giving you perks for having these subtitles out on the board. You'll be able to get them out without just characters now. Now you can use these supports that are going to help it. So these are definitely helping. They're making a lot of cards seem more viable now too.
I know there's been some talk about Padme, the 10 health, 11-14 hero red character leader. She's got nothing but focus sides, 1, 2, 3 focus, 1 discard, 1 resource, and a blank. And like Luke Skywalker, you may resolve your dice showing a focus as if they were indirect damage. So it's a similar design concept.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Where did I see? I saw some discussion that... why is it slipping my mind now? That you can pair her with... It's a yellow character. And that now makes the indirect direct damage. Is that Saul? Is that right? I can't remember who it was now. I saw it, and I thought, oh, cool. And I made a mental note to remember that. And now I've forgotten who it was. Because I thought, what an interesting way to... Because her ability is already pretty cool. I can use it as focus or I can use it as indirect.
And then because they're showing focus, they're not subject to damage removal cards.
Right.
If the card removes a damaged side, it doesn't remove this focus, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
Nice that she's a legendary, much better than the original Padme, who was more of a mill support character. And this one's actually going to take some names, I think. There you go. The golden dice.
Thank you. The golden dice. I knew that it may have even been one of them talking about it. So Thank you. It's a yellow card. Yellow gives you access to on the mark. That's what lets you resolve indirect as range. I read it too quick and couldn't recall it this week.
I'm a big fan that they chose to make a character of Kess Dameron. who is from the Shattered Empire comics, and that's the only time we've ever seen him.
Yeah.
Father of Poe Dameron, who was at the Battle of Endor as one of the troopers on the ground. And he was a leader of a team, just like Han Solo was the leader of a team. His team was on the planet of Endor on the other side, because it wasn't just that one base on Endor that the rebels went after. So that's pretty cool. He's in here. 11 health hero, character leader trooper. So he's got both the subtypes. 2 range, 3 range for $1, 1 focus, 2 focus, 1 resource, and a blank. And then the action to resolve any number of your trooper dice in the order of your choice. So that's pretty cool. And of course, now we see trooper dice could be a support, so you can have lots of trooper dice, not just the ones on the characters you have brought.
Nice. Yeah, I'll be honest. I thought, well, that's weird looking Poe art. Before I caught the title of this character, because I was scrolling through, I'm like, oh, that's not Poe. Like,
it's his daddy.
You can see the family resemblance, though.
This daddy Poe.
I'm interested. There's a lot more focus on red than we've seen before. Not like attention, but focus like the side.
Focus sides, yeah.
I know what you mean.
Something we normally see on blue quite a lot. So interesting to see it come in here. Makes red a little more viable. I know the Your Destiny folk have talked about the death of blue a little bit in some recent articles.
Never.
That maybe blue is their days are over, or at least the mono blue matchups. But we'll see. I'd love to see red take some more prominence in the next meta.
I enjoy red yellow decks. I don't know. I just have always liked those.
Mm-hmm.
So
cool.
If I'm reading this right, I mean you could potentially pair Padme and Cass right here, and then you can resolve those 1 and 2 indirect, or 1 and 2 focus as indirect. Because Padme's card just says you may resolve your dice showing focus as if it were indirect. It doesn't say that it's her dice, right?
Oh, that's right.
So you could potentially just have a pair right here. Clearly it's mono, but I mean, red's got a lot of help this release, so maybe this could be a viable pair right there.
That's cool.
You just take almost anything that you roll.
And now you have some additional focus sides that you could resolve.
Use his 2 focus to focus hers to both 3, and then that's 6 indirect right there. And you still have 1 die left over for a money or something like that. So, I mean, it could be a little viable pair.
Could be interesting. Could be fun to play.
Yeah,
it's a lot to
keep fun to play.
Especially for your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
To have to see the die field and be like, oh, wait, those focuses could also deal damage. And you have to prioritize what you're removing, if you can remove things that show damage.
And it's natural 21 health right there. It's not like it's easy to get through them.
So very not thematic pairing, but that's okay.
Very not thematic.
It's unusual for them to show non-thematic pairings. I mean, I know they probably didn't intend for these two to be played together the way they displayed it in the article, but they put them side by side, so someone's going to think about it.
Yeah, it's there, and the points are right, so why not?
That's right. So the other bit of news is Chance Cube related news.
Chance Cube news.
We're pretty excited about this. So a lot of people, whether you listen to this podcast or not, of course, you're obviously listening to it right now.
Whether you're not listening at this moment in time.
Even if you don't listen to it, a lot of the community out there has made great use of our price watch over the last, since the game came out. The Chance Cube price watch has existed in the kind of rudimentary Google Sheet form that we have over at our website, thechancecube.com/pricewatch. We've been working over the last couple of months, and this weekend we will be releasing an iPhone app for the price watch.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah!
Pick your sets.
We have an app.
Your cards, and you can see the prices and all the stores that we've been reporting pricing on. And with this update, the prices will update daily. And also, of course, we know not everybody uses iPhones, so we understand that. I
don't know what's wrong with you, crazy. I'm just kidding.
Mike's one of those people.
Assimilate.
Give me the Android app.
Assimilate, Michael. Assimilate.
Never.
Android app's next. But our website resource will continue to remain as a Google Sheet. It will also update daily. It won't have the search features and stuff that the app has, but it will still be there for those who can't download the app. In order to try to garner some support for us and the things that we're trying to do the rest of the year, we are going to price it at a pack of cards, so $2.99 on the App Store this weekend.
Jump change.
And if you don't want to pay for it, you can continue to use the resource on our website, which will be free for all. So
we appreciate the support because it helps us bring you a lot of cool stuff. Yeah. Streaming, the Price Watch, interviews with Jeremy, other cool things in the future. So your support is appreciated.
The stuff isn't always free sometimes. So be nice to have to pay for it from our own pockets sometimes. Sometimes it's fun to pay from our own pockets because we're wealthy. Not wealthy.
We're not. You know how Wayne and Garth say we're not worthy? We just say we're not wealthy.
So without further ado, shall we
further
I see what you did there. Get into our interview with the Jay-Z of Destiny.
Oh boy.
The Jay-Z of Destiny.
Oh boy.
I don't know if that's a thing. But...
I don't know if that name's gonna stick. The Marshal is nice.
The Marshal of Destiny?
The Marshal of Destiny. Jay-Z. He could have like a Walker Texas Ranger background sounding kind of theme.
Oh yeah?
That's a thing. That's not it, but close.
Oh, sorry.
We don't know what that is. All right.
Oh, no, that's from Wah Wah Wah. Is where Jason was going.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so
that could work. We'll have to get his approval before we play that walking behind him at some event.
Yeah, right. So before we get into the interview, let's take a quick word from our sponsor.
Mike, I just can't seem to get the cards I need in the booster packs I bought. I'm still missing a Mother Talzin, a Darth Maul, and I need some more battle droids. That 5-wide droid deck isn't going to build itself, and I have all these extra Yodas.
Seriously, Kim, I told you, check out Armada Games. You can buy and sell Destiny cards on their website, shoparmada.com. It's just a few simple clicks and bam, you are done. I used it just the other day, and now I got two Maul Sabers heading my way.
Hey, what are you guys talking about? We're in the middle of a break here.
Jason, you know how you've got all those extra cards from all those booster boxes you open? Mike says you can sell them online super easy.
No way, seriously? How? I've got to make room before this next set comes out.
Jason, whether you're new to the game or a seasoned vet, Armada Games has just what you're looking for. You can buy and sell your Destiny singles all from the comfort of your living room. Pre-order the latest sets of boosters and find the droids you are looking for. You can also check out their selection of Destiny accessories. And you'll get free shipping on orders over $75. For an even better deal, be sure to use the coupon code TheChanceCube and receive 5% off your Destiny purchase. Visit their website at shoparmada.com. Armada Games. Get in here and game.
But you know what I always say. Speak softly and drive a big tank.
So we're very excited to bring in this interview. Jeremy was unable to do this live with us, so Kim and Mike got on board with him last night to record this interview, and I hear it went really well. I was unable to join due to, you'll hear in the recording why I wasn't able to join. So we are happy to bring you this interview with Jeremy Zwern.
All right, everyone. We are very excited to be joined by our favorite Star Wars Destiny designer, Mr. Jeremy Zwern. You all know and love him as well. And he's going to hang out with us for just a little bit and answer a few questions for us. I don't know if he'll share any secrets. Probably not. That's okay. Because we're just excited to have him on the show. So, Jeremy, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
always a pleasure.
I was just going to say Jason is not here, unfortunately, tonight because his baby is not feeling too good. So it'll just be me and Kim tonight doing the questions, folks. So bear with us.
It's okay. The important people are here, right?
Oh, sick burn.
Just kidding.
Yeah, so I think maybe before we jump into the questions, Jeremy, you can tell us what deck you are playing on right now.
I guess in the real world Destiny.
Yeah, I know. It's
it's not, very different for me.
Not the pretend world.
Two sets ahead Destiny.
I mean, I've got a few laying around. I tend to do a lot more future Destiny stuff than real Destiny stuff, a lot more. So
That's got to be kind of hard to flip back and forth on really in your head. Like, oh, that's not a thing that's not a card that anybody knows about yet.
it definitely is. It can be, very interesting at times. There's lots of cards that you'd love to, play with that haven't been released yet, but I've been playing with them for many, many months. So,
and you can
very different experience between the two.
I'm sure it's hard to remember too what has been spoiled, what you can talk about playing with.
Well, especially in between sets too.
Right.
Like, which one of those cards have come out yet?
Especially right now with Convergence,
Yeah.
I've seen lots of cards spoiled, but not the whole set yet. So
right,
there's a few left.
A tough time right now. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Convergence tremendously. So
yeah, that
Palpatine deck already.
Oh
nice.
Yeah, Palpatine looks really fun. I know a certain content creator by the name of Monk who really likes Palpatine. With that being said, what excites you the most about the rotation?
I'd say the possibilities that it opens up. It's the first time that Destiny will go through such a major change like this. We have, a brand new set coming out. That's awesome. It's a brand new base set, so it's even better with, got new starters and new mechanics, brand new card type, and the whole subtype matters aspect. So really cool and exciting. But then on top of that, we're entire first cycle. That's almost 500 cards. So that's a whole bunch of cards that people have gotten used to and maybe relied upon using that replacements for, or kind of a whole new environment to explore. So it should be a really, really fun, exciting time.
Yeah.
So which one is your new favorite mechanic coming out?
I've been a sucker for the tribal kind of aspect. Subtypes matter. I've always loved that for all the games I've played in the past. So I've always wanted to do that in Destiny. So
now you can, because it's your game.
Player base. Yeah, it is really cool and really very fun to be able to do that. So much as I've enjoyed designing it.
Awesome.
Well, and I think I've mentioned it to you before in several conversations that you've definitely got one of the coolest jobs out there by far. I'm sure there's hard and stressful days, but there's definitely some fun mixed in there too.
Yeah, I'm very grateful. It's amazing.
That's awesome, man. So now, can you kind of share the concept of how one of the new mechanics, how downgrades came about?
Sure. Originally, in one of the very, original concepts of the game, one of the original designs, and natural would be the opposite of upgrades, or downgrades. So we tried out really early on, but yeah, this is a lot for the very first set. There's several other things in the set that eventually got cut. I just wanted to make it more of a kind of streamlined, simple experience to the game. Save some of the other for later down the road. When's the best time to do that? So I always figure to do some big major mechanics, especially like a new card type.
Yeah.
So set 4 came along, plots. We'd always kind of had an idea for a way to maybe spend extra points. So in my opinion, plots are a lot cooler than downgrades. So
I'm getting pretty excited about plots.
Yeah, there's so
yeah. Well, and I like how you guys have taken kind of what you mentioned, that you start out with a more streamlined version and how you just kind of keep layering new things onto it to keep the game interesting and keep the game exciting. And now here's another dynamic to it. Oh, wait, here's a new set. Here's another dynamic to it. And that's been really exciting to see Destiny develop through that process.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's a good example of plots. In set 4, they're very simple, straightforward, just very, very neutral things that essentially had, one effect during setup. And then, with set 5, kind of explored it a little bit further, and set 6 even further. So,
I'm super excited about this trooper plot. Let me tell you,
you're loving that one in the previous show.
I'm pretty excited because my history of blanks, and I thought Gungans was gonna fix my problem, and it hasn't done it yet. So maybe troopers is the answer.
Yeah. I'd love to have you try.
I'm excited to try
See what
that.
you think? Cool plots come along, and we'll keep exploring those. But yeah, for downgrades, then eventually set 7 came along, so we're like, well, what kind of cool stuff do I want to do with this set? So we said, downgrades in our back pocket like this. There's one thing I've always wanted to do. That's kind of represent bounties. That was also a mechanic that was kind
Those are cool.
In the original design of the game. But those are just simply like place a resource on a character or multiple resources on a character. If you did, you get those resources into your pool. Pretty simple, straightforward, but I always did the exact same thing. It's just getting resources. That was it. Would do bounties. I could do different stuff as well, not just get money. So then we decided, no, or maybe try doing like bounty tokens around. Maybe effective place bounty tokens on characters, and then those tokens maybe do.
I know we talked about on the show how thematic we love this idea of bounties just because of how thematic it is.
Come a long way. So finally we decided it'd be kind of cool to do bounties on cards. Just don't do tokens anymore. Let's just do cards themselves. That allows us to really delve into more design space and make them feel very different and unique from other bounties as well. So it was a very natural fit to do bounties with downgrades. And as you've seen in set 7, there's some pretty straightforward, simple ones, but also some really interesting ones, like the Enticing Prize. It's kind of my personal favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what kind of prize you can get. There's some, forecast weapons and stuff out there. They're pretty darn good, like the Dark Saber. So it works out, and you're able to get your bounty and get a Dark Saber for free off that. And, see what players think of these downgrades, especially bounties. Those are kind of my personal favorite for downgrades, but
yeah,
explore what else you could do with downgrades. So again, there's some fairly simple, straightforward ones in set 7 here, and we'll try to see what else we can do with downgrades and take them to another level. So
now, do you think that downgrades and bounties have made the game maybe more competitive and more kind of like a little bit meaner in a sense?
Yeah, it's always been one concern about downgrades. Most of them can feel like that, it's kind of maybe a bad experience for your opponents.
Right.
Blank from your opponent's character, that can be a feel bad moment. So turnabout, since it can be just not fun to play against stuff like that sometimes if interact with that. At least my instruction, you did put an ability on there, your opponent can exhaust the character to get rid of it. For downgrades, some cards will just straight up discard them from play, so active, but it is a concern to make sure you don't push them too far, where downgrades are just maybe just not fun to play against. Like bounties, and those are just a positive upside for whoever plays them. Your opponent doesn't feel too bad. They don't really stop them from playing a game or give a feel bad moments at all. It's just a nice bonus for whoever plays them, and kind of a more positive feel for downgrades. So the negative downgrades that do bad things as well. So players think of all these types of downgrades.
Yeah, that was my one big concern when I saw it, because I know how early on everybody in the Destiny community talked about like how we want to remove those feel bad moments. That's why we started getting the holocron and stuff like that, so we can get the erratas to take those moments away. And then now we get downgrades, so we get kind of bring back some of those feel bad moments. But I think it really does help the competitive scene more, where it brings more intricacy to the game. And I think that's what a lot of competitive players are looking for. And I think you guys did a great job in this new base set with bringing in a lot more mechanics to really make the game a little more interesting. You can play it at its base level, or you can play it, at its most intricate level, finding those different combos and stuff like that. So,
right.
Yeah, I really like where the game's going. It's definitely getting more exciting every release.
Yeah, thank you. That's what we always try to do, is add more layers wherever we can. You don't do too many at once. You don't want to.
Right.
too far in a different direction or overwhelm
Right.
players. But a little bit here, a little bit there. And I guess, yeah, for some people, downgrades might be kind of a little feel-bad moment, but other players really enjoy. So
Yeah.
it all depends on what type of player you're going for.
Yeah, and I mean, you can just choose not to play with them, so there's always that option.
Right. And there's always ways to get rid of them too.
Right.
I already made some cards that can get rid of them. And some cards like Minus Direction have kind of built-in ways to get rid of them, so hopefully it won't feel too oppressive or anything.
Right. And this kind of leads us into our next question. What are you most excited about as the game continues to develop?
Just keep pushing boundaries, just trying to find other cool, fun stuff that players don't expect. It's always one of the funnest perks about the game, is trying to and then see what the public thinks of them, and hopefully players like them, and we keep going doing that with every set, just keep pushing boundaries further and further. It definitely gets a lot more challenging every set, that's for sure. I mean, we're on set 7 already, so there's been lots of cool stuff we've done. Lots of cool things I'd love to get to, so I just can't wait to come up with.
Well, and since you know that there's, you're already aware of what's coming out in a couple of sets, so I'm sure there's like, man, if they think this is cool, wait till they get to this.
Oh yeah,
kind of feeling about it.
It's a very strange feeling, and I'm super excited for all this stuff, but you can just the right moment. So lots of cool things in store. I mean, I'm especially really pumped about set 10. I want to see what the players think. So
Man,
That's
cool.
I know, right? Well, Jeremy, here we'll share one of our little design ideas that we had for Destiny. We think that it's a multi-card Death Star, so you have to build it through the round.
I knew you were going to bring that one up. I knew that was coming.
I love this idea.
This is a good idea.
It's not, but
it's a great idea.
Yeah. Because the Death Star can't be one card. It's too powerful. So
right, it's
going to take you time to build it, and then your opponent has time to destroy it.
It will be very cool.
That will
Jeremy's,
be very cool.
I can hear it.
Very cool. All right. Yeah, who knows, right? Who knows? Jeremy knows.
Jeremy knows the secret. He does.
Me.
Oh, shoot. We heard it here first, kids. I'm just saying. We make Jason keep a list of all the things that we predict, and then he lost the list bin over the last few sets.
No.
So, but we think we're getting there. So now we'll switch gears a little bit. We've started to see a little bit of a change in now FFG. We're seeing these wonderful articles come out written from the design team. You yourself have written one. Is that something that we can expect to see more of?
Yeah, it's definitely a fun opportunity to do. I don't know.
It does seem like you guys enjoy these. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm a very slow writer, so I wish I could do more of them more rapidly, but that stuff I'm going to play already, it's kind of tough to find time to do changes, so I would love to, that's for sure. Pretty big department, so we've been doing these, designer journals, they call them.
Yeah.
You do find the right time to do these, and to different game lines. It's not just our department either. We had, people in the board game departments write some, and even the minis departments. So
that's pretty cool. They seem to have been really well received.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really glad to see that. Idea for quite a while. Eventually, Nate French, the senior designer in their department, really pushed for doing something like this, and led the charge and got it done. So
that's awesome.
I'm grateful to.
Well, now, as lead designer, you get to delegate some of that.
Yes.
Right? Great leaders, you always just get to delegate some of that. But they've been great articles coming out. They're well written. Like I said, I think the community really does enjoy getting that. It's a different way for you guys to really communicate to fans is through those. And it's just a cool way to see a little insight into what you guys are thinking and how you guys are pairing cards and this type of mechanic and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll have more coming. I promise that.
Awesome.
Any articles coming up about your new favorite character?
I don't have a single favorite character, but I do have quite a few ones I particularly like in set 7 here. So, Platine, I played him down at the Team Covenant Destiny Invitational. As a very, I like the way he pushes, force abilities. In the past, we what they called Sith Holocron and made it tough to really push those too much. So now that will be rotating out, kind of see force abilities, what kind of do. We're seeing Force Storm now. That's another kind of personal favorite of mine. It's just a really cool, fun card.
Mm-hmm.
Resources you got there, how big a Force Storm you can cause. So it's a really fun story to see you get that high. So he's definitely one of my favorites. Jason isn't here. I guess I'll step in for him and say Watto.
That's awesome.
Always just love that guy. Just
He's such an interesting character.
All right, mind tricks don't work on him. So his stubbornness and he loves a gamble. So I always wanted to do a Watto card. So in my opinion, pretty cool, fun card.
That was a cool one to see. Yeah, that was a cool one to see dropped. I think we were all fairly excited about it. Like it's not a character I mean, you guys are doing a great job of covering most of the characters in, the whole Star Wars universe and then some. And for some reason, I guess I just didn't expect him, and I don't know why. So it was a pleasant surprise. I don't know. Sometimes, shame on me, I forget about Watto every now and again.
Yeah, definitely shame on you.
I don't think we will for a while, because he looks like he may have some staying power. But
oh yeah, he's quite good. Yeah, we try to do characters like that iconic, but people love to see and try to do some new ones. There's different factions, all that. So to do him, I also really like Emphas Nest.
Oh yeah, that's some great art on that card too.
Very amazing art. Love it.
I've played a bit of Infest Nest. She's pretty mean. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Opens up a lot of possibilities, which I really love, and it's one of my favorite things. Is building decks and kind of cool stuff you can concoct.
I think you guys have done. I've seen a lot of conversation on the internet. So many people looking, because before you look at a character and be like, oh, I'm going to slot him with this other character, maybe this one, and that's how most of the time you saw them lined up. And it seems like this go around, seems to be a lot more possibility with who to pair people with. The article with Padme this week, I saw a couple of different directions to go with her. So it seems like you guys are really opening the door really well to get more than one or two pairings out of a character. Like, I mean, really the possibilities are much broader than maybe we saw in the first couple of sets.
That's definitely been a goal. So I'm glad to hear players kind of saying that. It's always fun to let players come up with really cool, awesome decks and have a lot of out there. Ideally, want make some thematic pairings be pretty strong. I always want to see like Druid deck finally do good. Mm-hmm. It's always cool to see Jin casting decks doing well. So
yeah, that one's quite well. Was there any pairing? Was there ever a pairing that did well that surprised you?
I guess there's always something that always surprise you. And all that thematic. And of course, the very first World Championship deck, even Invader with Tusken Raider, it is a game, so it's fun to let players have the possibility, that freedom to play with all those whatever pairings they want. So
I don't ever go for who's good together. I just go for whoever seems like fun or who's thematic.
Yeah,
I think that's why I played that Han Leia deck for so long, even though it didn't go anywhere. But it was just too fun not to.
Right. That's the main thing. It's all about just having fun. So hearing that, even just players just come up with kind of interesting decks, and just because they have fun doing that. So
now so we haven't touched on this, but the vehicle game has been pretty heavy in the last couple of sets. And there's been kind of a discussion within the community to see if there's any plans to make vehicle or support destruction easier. It seems like we're seeing a little bit of it showing up in this next set, but is it going to be a little bit easier to get rid of some of those big vehicles and supports?
Yeah, I think so. It's one thing, how much you push, certain aspects. You want to maybe do it too much where they just knock them up. And maybe like silver bullet cards, it's tough to find the right balance. And we definitely have pushed vehicles quite a bit since, especially that first cycle.
Mm-hmm. Well, it kind of slowed the game down a little bit too, which was good.
Yeah, just want to get more variety. The first cycle, it's just a lot of getting those upgrades and swinging away. And I think vehicles were just a fun, cool thing to try to push and make, playable. And give more, again, variety, more choices out there for players. And fun and cool to play with. It was cool to sit down and play with my own Falcon.
Yeah. I didn't really get into vehicles until the last couple of sets because I thought, it's kind of slow. I don't know if I want to do that, but it can be a really fun deck when put together. It's fun to have all these other things that your opponent has to wait on you to roll out.
Yeah, especially with mods now.
Yeah.
One thing I want to do for a while is make cards too. And kind of see what kind of fun, interesting cards and decks we could make with that kind of stuff. So that definitely helped push vehicles a bit too with that, and of course armored reinforcement. So
yeah, and the swarms are a really cool idea.
Yeah, if vehicles do, get a bit out of hand here, we can always have other measures to knock them down.
Yeah.
Some potential reinforcement that's always been right there in the watch list. So if need be, we can do that, or other ways, errata. And maybe some cards that can hit supports in upcoming sets. We can also always nerf vehicles or back down. So we'll see how the mega unfolds post rotation here.
Right. Yep.
So if vehicles are too strong, we can step in and make it more fair.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with it too long till errata usually comes out. So you guys will get it figured out post rotation.
We sure hope so.
So, as we wind down the interview here, we wanted to get your thoughts on draft. This is a two-part question. What is your favorite aspect of drafting? And if you could only draft one set, what set would that be?
That's definitely a good question. Questions. But to just having to build decks on the spot. I love deck building, period. So, with restrictions and really pushing, really tested a very different skill set. Having to play those cards you normally never play. I love seeing that. Just some bunch of random commons or uncommons. The light day think of using in a normal constructed deck now suddenly makes finding those much more interesting in some ways. Just on the spot, just trying to someone cohesive and has a strategy or a goal. I really, really love the new allies of pushes drafting in a new direction. It really gives players a lot more choices, a lot more things to consider. When plots in a draft set.
Mm-hmm.
It's really give players kind of maybe a direction or goal. You can creation plot and say, hey, I'm going to go for a mill deck this time. Plot and go for supports and try to draft as many supports as you can. You're doing the plot. And of course, having push kind of a color matters theme. I know the Rivals draft set was very simple, straightforward. You just introduce drafts. But it's a bit too easy to go 3-color and just take the best cards every time. Pushes, color matters a little more. Try to focus maybe on 1 or 2 colors instead of all 3. I guess ideally 2 colors.
Yeah.
Right.
It's fun to just have all those choices right there in front of you every time you sit down. Sometimes it's just a completely different experience from one draft to the next.
Oh, I would totally agree with that. Yeah.
They're really considered it a single set of drafts. It's it's kind of interesting. When we first thought about doing drafts, we figured players would draft. They draft the sets as a cycle. So you draft set 4 by itself because it's a base set. Or maybe you do 4 packs of set 4, 2 of the set 5, or 3 and 3, or when set 6 came out, you have the full cycle and you do 2 packs of each set. But instead, players seem to like to draft just 1 set at a time. So
yeah, box draft makes it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't quite draft for design sets. Play drafts. We kind of thought of them as a whole, as a cycle. So it's kind of interesting looking back at that now, but I'd like drafting set 6. I guess right now it's set 7, but because it isn't out yet. I really did like set 6. It's kind of fun to just that normally previous sets didn't have, like a common vehicle or 2 common vehicle cards. It's very different.
Oh yeah.
It's much more viable. You can actually feel like you can first pick a mod and feel like you can actually play it still by just getting some. Like currently I guess set 6, but soon to be set 7 because, like I said, I'm really into subtypes and I just love kind of how that really shakes things up and makes players think very differently now. And interact with subtypes.
That's very true. Yeah, 7's going to be a lot different. I think you're right to draft with because there's just a whole other aspect to think about now.
Especially the new draft set as well. I definitely really love the.
I'm excited for that.
Draft.
Yeah, me too.
I absolutely love draft. I'm so glad that it's something that you guys included.
Yeah, that's something that I guess originally wasn't really meant for the game, but once you start realizing, this is a CCG, it's one of the funnest things in my opinion about CCGs to be able to draft them.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's like, we could probably make this work. It's maybe not quite as strong as some other games that can draft, but I think there's still a lot there to offer players, and we've had a lot of fun doing it. So all these new sets coming out too to try to maybe have a little different environment for each set. Experience when you draft it. So I can't wait to see what players think of drafting set 7.
Awesome.
Can't wait.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, and I hope we see the community do big events like Team Covenant did with. I wish I could have got out there. Man, that looks so fun.
It was amazing. Here, unbelievable.
Yeah, and I'm so now it's like one of those things. I got to keep that on the burner so that next time they have one of those, like we missed out on some fun, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
Being grown-ups and adult responsibility nonsense.
All right. Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for joining us for this little interview here. I think it was very insightful. And again, I appreciate everything you do for the game. I think you are taking it in an awesome direction, and I can't wait to see what you are cooking in the kitchen, my friend.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the kind words, and thanks for having me. I really appreciate coming on here.
Oh, we love having you. You're welcome anytime to come on the show, sir. Anytime you just want to come chat and hang out, you are always welcome.
Yeah, I'd love to be back again. So it's a matter of timing. So I'm sure that will happen someday.
Well, I'm sure you're a busy fellow ready to come out. So lots of stuff to approve and whatnot. So thank you for taking the time.
Lots of stuff to do. You do. Really appreciate it as well.
Well, thanks.
Thank you. We try to help bring some fun stuff to the Destiny community.
Oh, you definitely do. I enjoy listening to your episodes every week, so.
Well, thanks.
Come on there.
He's listening. Now we got to.
It's in my Chewbacca and usually my technology problems. So that's how that usually.
I love it.
That was great, guys. That was fun.
He's so much fun to chat with, honestly. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I'm back. Now you can hear me.
Oh, there you
go. I've said it before, if you're ever at an event and Jeremy's there, don't hesitate. I mean, he seems like he's not a loud, boisterous person, perhaps like myself. But if you walk up and start chatting with him, he will chat Destiny with you.
He will.
And he's really fun to talk to about it. So don't ever feel like, oh no, like if he's in the middle of judging something, you may want to hold off. But in between, great. He's great fun to talk to. He's got a good sense of humor too.
Yeah, I met him last year at Gen Con, and he said he's hoping to be there again this year. So
yeah,
and Adapticon, I think he said he's also going to try to make it out too. Or no,
I can't remember which other one he said. We were trying to get him to come to Nationals, but
yeah.
And then he asked, we talked a little bit about Worlds, but he didn't say when.
Yeah, he didn't.
Oh
say
yeah,
when.
I tried, you guys. I tried. I mean, I know we know it's October-ish, right?
Well, we know it's fourth quarter.
Yeah, fourth quarter.
I tried.
Well, thanks. Excellent. Maybe Monk thinks it's October. Maybe someone did say October.
Somewhere it was October, and and now I'm like, uh-oh. You may have heard my rantings, but that's okay.
Excellent. Well, let's wrap this show up by reviewing our question of the week.
Womp womp.
Question of the week.
There can be no mistakes this time.
I didn't write the question in the...
I was like, oh my god, I can't find it. I'm on the wrong part of the script again. But this is Jason's fault.
So, we asked you, what do you do with that extra resource from Theed Palace that all y'all kids seem to be playing these days? Okay, Kim, I fixed it for you.
Thank you, buddy. Timothy said use on an event card, which seems like a logical thing that you would spend that resource. It's usually me needing the third resource to get a weapon. Like, that seems to be what I would use the...
Jim said. Jim Goss usually...
And I didn't even see that. That was not a segue. That's what I do. Yeah. I'm not alone. We, Kim, and Jim stick together.
I like Joshua Levy, who said, I don't use Theed because I'm a dirty mill player. And Parfit says he spends it.
You guys are very literal with your answers.
Do you want me to take Parker Simpson?
I do.
Excited about this.
It's okay, guys.
I like Parker's answer.
He wanted to do a Gungan answer, so I'm gonna attempt to do the Gungan speak. We'll see how this goes.
Theed? No, sir. We should not like in other Naboo. You should know them Gungans only like in this arena of the crushed and the dies. Them big bombas, indirect booms, and you shall be claiming.
I'm gonna have the worst nightmares tonight. The worst nightmare. Monk very much like that, Mike.
Good. I'm glad. It was entertaining for some people. Jason's enjoying it. That was for Parker Simpson.
There are some people listening to this podcast right now who just had a WTF moment. Either sitting at work or riding in the car, like, what just happened to my...
Good. I hope people liked it.
So I hope you guys liked the interview with Jeremy. I know it was fun for you guys to talk to him.
Yeah, so. I love talking with Jeremy. He's so nice.
Try to get him on once a year, hopefully more frequently. This one seems like we've been talking to him forever to come on the show, but timing never worked out.
It was a good time anyways to have him on. It was perfect timing.
Yeah, so it's great. So thanks again for listening to another week. Follow us on all the things. Keep an eye on our Facebook page about the release of the Price Watch app coming out very soon. And if you've got any thoughts about it, you feel free to email us, contact@thechancecube.com or mike@thechancecube.com for all your problems and concerns about everything.
I listen.
You can just send me happy stuff and recommendations on what I should add to a Gungan deck. I'm going to make that an official question here before too long, but...
and just head over to our Facebook page. Our question for episode 125, there are not many cards left to spoil. If you could see one more reprinted card from the Awakenings block, what would it be? And with that, we bid you adieu.
Awakenings.
Have a great week.
Misa don't want to do this show no more.
This has been The Chance Cube, a Star Wars Destiny podcast, a non-profit organization dedicated to building community through gaming. Visit our website for all things Star Wars Destiny, including our Price Watch, Meta Tracker, and latest articles from the Chance Cube family. Find our latest videos on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and visit us at patreon.com/thechancecube. Your patronage allows us to grow this program and help us give back to the gaming community by sponsoring events, giveaways, and supporting our own community building initiatives. This is Mike Hill, the voice of the Chance Cube. Thanks for listening. The Chance Cube is not affiliated with Fantasy Flight Games, Lucasfilms, or the Walt Disney Company.